Damn, there it is, baby. We are live, we are ready, and we are rolling. It's me, Jay Evans, with my special guest, Little Dave. We go back like Honda Accords and Honda Civics, baby.
Oh God.
And we about to chop it up about Belle Collective. We're gonna talk about Maurice, Monroe, and Black Twitter. We're gonna talk about Tambra Cherie, the midday diva. Is a baby on the way, or did she have a baby? Now people have been giving me the street report, Black Twitter, and we got some things to talk about. Little Dave, before I get into this off the top, I got to say this, okay, baby?
Oh.
All topics in this video are alleged and allegedly, and they are strictly for entertainment purposes only. Okay? So we don't know if some of this stuff is true. We don't know if it's false. The streets be talking. But Dave, we just gonna jump into it because I know you watched the show. Now, we're gonna start with Black Twitter, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the episode we just came off of was an explosive episode,
Mm.
and we saw Marie and Tambra have a talk. Now, the lady of the hour, Marie Monroe certified. Hey, Marie Monroe. They
Wait, she had
say
another name.
Marie Monroe certified.
What was the other name that she gave the guy at the thing? You had gave her another
Oh,
name. Yeah,
Anna,
there you go.
Marie Monroe, Anna Nicole. I added that on, baby. So people on Twitter were in an uproar about Marie in the scene with Tambra. Now they say ask and ye shall receive. So I went directly to the lady of the hour herself, Marie Monroe, and I had two questions because I needed to include them in my review. Marie gave me two answers, so I'm gonna read y'all the questions and answers, and it's gonna be in my review too. But before I get into that, what did you think about Marie and Tambra? Because it's half and half. You got the Marie Mafia, that's like Marie did the right thing and asking. You got the, I don't know what Tambra fans call it, so I'm just gonna say the Tam Tams that's upset with Marie. People see it from both sides. What did you think about that?
So I do agree that Tambra slides by all the different seasons. Like she literally just glides right on through with no drama,
Mhm.
unscathed, nothing. So I totally understand where Marie would be like, girl, like you need to tell your business too. Because I'm sure there's situations where they're being forced into telling certain things. You know, when you become a public figure, folks want to start telling your business, so you got to get it out there before they get it out there. You know, my slogan in life is read yourself before another hoe can. So, you know, I'm sure they're forced into that, and so I get it from that standpoint.
Mhm.
The only problem that I had with it with Marie was I wish Marie had to let somebody else do it
Mhm.
because Marie is already wears this name of like always in folks' business, always trying to use somebody else's situation as a storyline to deflect from using her own. And Marie, I'm not. This is not me saying this. This is just what I've seen like on Twitter and stuff like that. And I'm not now. What I'm not going to do is backpedal and say that I ain't said nothing either. I always say like, why are you so concerned with everybody else's business? And so this just added another layer onto that. Although I understood where somebody would want to know, um,
Mhm.
I just wish it was somebody else asking the questions.
So you wish it was another Belle asking these questions.
Absolutely. Like supposedly, Letitia met with the guy too. Let her
Mhm.
do it. Like, and I feel like they put Marie up to that stuff, like because she already has that villain, you know, image.
Mhm.
But then again, I have to wonder myself because I think Marie kind of feeds off of the energy of not being liked. I think that's kind. I think she's kind of owned that and runs
Mhm.
with it now. So, but nonetheless, I wish it had been somebody else asking.
Okay, well, I went to the lady of the hour herself, Marie Monroe, and she was gracious enough to answer my two questions, baby. So the first question that I asked Marie was, a lot of viewers think every Belle except Tambra shares more personal details of who they are. This is season 3, and we still don't know Tambra the way we know all of you. What are your thoughts? Marie said, and this is from the Empress herself, it's easy for any of the ladies to take the easy way out by crying victim to deflect from displaying their truth. When a person signs up for reality TV, they agree to let the viewers follow their reality. Unfortunately, that's not always the case with some of the Bells. However, the Bells don't know no more than what the viewers know about Tambra, and we have worked with her 3 seasons.
Wow.
Okay, so that was the first question that Marie answered. My next question to her was, since the episode aired, how do you feel about people's response to the scene with you and Tambra? Example, Twitter, some responses and reactions. Some people say Marie is asking the questions we want to know. Other people might say, why did Marie even bring it up?
Mhm.
Now, Marie said to that, one thing I don't condone is lying on someone, and I will never lie on someone or lie about my life. Nobody's life is off limits when they sign up for reality TV.
That's
If
true.
Tambra don't want to give her life story, she needs to give her spot to someone who doesn't mind giving theirs. The good, bad, and ugly. Now that's real empowerment. The topic needed to be brought up because how many bells sat in their confessionals and called Tambra a liar? How many viewers and how many bells question the authenticity of Tambra's and Damon's relationship since season 1? Everybody's been asking, including Black Twitter, and I was the only one who asked Tambra in her face and not talk about these allegations of her by being a liar behind her back. And that's what Marie said. Now, that the Marie Mafia, they got it. Some people got it. What she's saying is something that a lot of people have been saying. But the Tam Tam Squad, I'm gonna call them the Tam Tam Squad, feels like she's private. She's about peace. She's just, calm. She doesn't want to indulge in that drama. So hearing the responses from Marie, what do you think?
So, um, I totally agree with her in most aspects. The only thing that I'm going to say is when she says, I'm the only one that asked Tambra, to her face and blah, 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 blah. You're
Hmm.
asking her in season 3. Y'all been talking, saying these things quite some time. So let's not make it like you just was this big bold somebody that you immediately just walked onto the scene and was like, Tambra, I need to know blah 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 blah. This was a storyline, and it's okay. I mean, that's what you're getting paid for. But this was a storyline. It is what it is.
So you think it's giving storyline?
Absolutely.
Now, a lot of people don't feel like that. Now, I took a poll on my community tab here on YouTube, and I asked this question: did Marie do the right thing by asking Tambra about her ex-boyfriend? The first choice was yes, we needed to know about Tambra. The second
Mhm.
choice was no, it shouldn't have been discussed. Right now, 85% of the people that voted said no, it should not have been discussed.
I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree. I agree with Marie that it should have been discussed. I don't like the way that she necessarily went about it, and as I
Mhm.
stated from the beginning, I wish it had been somebody else that asked the questions. But I mean, at the end of the day, she was the one that did it, and I totally agree that there was nothing wrong with asking those questions.
Now, this is something else because I look at Twitter. Um, People have said that they feel like the other bells share more than Tambra gives, whether like she's a peaceful person. A lot of people say, well, you can't have a reality show without drama. But I don't feel like they've ever given us a show without drama. I feel like, that's what it is. But people do say, who's gonna tune into a perfect show? Now, when I'm saying the other bills are sharing more, let me give examples. Marie is sharing the stuff with her mother. She's sharing the stuff with her ex-husband. She brought her ex-husband on the show. She shared the stuff about the guy and dating and what she's going through with him. Letitia is sharing her marriage. It's on full display. At the reunion, they did a DNA test. She's sharing her brunches, what she's going through with the brunches, the good, the bad in between. Aikisha is sharing her family, her backstory, the things about her mother, her biological mother, her Fair Street history. Latrice is sharing her whole marriage. That was up like everywhere. Um, she's sharing that different issues with her husband, her health, her hair empire. Gucci's whole everything is out this season. The step family, the blended family, all of that. Everybody is like on display. So when people say they feel like they don't have a sense of Tambra, people even said in the scenes with her in the mud that, and I noticed this too with Quasi, the manager, the guy at the radio that worked with
Mm-hmm.
her. We saw their conversation more in depth than the mud, and people are saying that that's what they mean. Do you feel like that?
Um, I listen. I don't have an issue with the demand situation. Like I've always said, I felt like that was authentic, at least on one side. I think he was authentic. I'm totally with what Aikisha said in regards to that. Like I believe that on his end, it was authentic. Um, Now, what I do want to say is, when we say that everybody said something about their lives or talked about their lives,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to disagree, because if
Okay,
we're
why you
gonna
disagree?
say that about Tambra, we also need to say that about Aikisha, right? Because Aikisha has given her story about, the things that went on with her parents or whatever, and her backstory or whatever. Well, Tambra did give her medical history about the fibroids and stuff like that, and whether we believe it or not, she did give the demand story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then with her grandmother passing and stuff like that, so it was surface. But I mean, if we talk about it, Aikisha's was too. Now I
So
do, huh?
do you think we need more from Aikisha?
The way that I look at it is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people just don't have drama in their life. And so, and to me, in my own opinion, those people really aren't fit for reality TV. But
Mm-hmm.
I also don't own a production company, and I ain't casting for nobody. So I mean, that's really not for me to say. But I
Mm-hmm.
think Aikisha is one of those people that if you're gonna cast her, you're gonna cast her for business. You're gonna cast her for, I mean, to be kind of like, I guess, show how she's come from her situation, and now she's super successful. She's, building an empire, if not already has an empire. She's doing a thing on Fair Street, so it's almost like a success story. Like, you know what I mean? And I
Mm-hmm.
can't really say rags to riches because it don't seem like she was ever rags. But I mean, like, going through the troubles that she went through, and now she's where she is. That will be her storyline. Well, then you got to accept Tambra for what it is too. She don't, maybe she doesn't have a lot of drama, and this is just what she has to give. Now, this is, as far as Tambra, that's what I was saying before. Ms. Marie Monroe, Anna Nicole certified, then came through and gave what's really going on. Now I feel like, yeah, you gliding by and you got a lot to tell. That's the problem. But
Now let's get to the nitty gritty of that
mhm.
because the streets are saying Tambra had a baby. This was the talk like a little while ago. They said that Tambra had a baby. She was pregnant. People were sending me like pictures of her Instagram and they were saying her clothes looked bigger that she had on, right?
Mhm.
They said, she wasn't posting a lot like the other Bells were. Then somebody sent me like a video of her and said, I heard she's pregnant, but look at this video. And I was like, well, that could have been an old video. We don't know. So Marie Monroe took to Twitter because y'all were at Marie. When I say they was at Marie on Twitter,
Mhm.
they were at her. And Marie tweeted, y'all won't stop adding me until I respond. It's so easy to cry and play the victim. This woman worked with us filming for 3 long years and she never mentioned to any of the ladies or production her life was, is in danger. She's being stalked or harassed, and on top of that, she alleged she have an open court case only after I asked her about this man, stating she came for him first with these allegations. After he declined to do a show with her because she needed him for Story Season 1. Why she didn't inform the Bells or production Season 1 of this stalker, no one knew nothing. I could have shut him down from the door when my good friend reached out to me. She allowed this man to tell her story for her. The Bells' lives have been endangered, having her around us, and knowingly got a stalker on the loose. And you pregnant, and you not say nothing to nobody that you in danger with the ongoing court case. I'm very offended. We should have had security every time we film with her, but typical secretive victim behavior. The lies have caught up with her. So somebody said to Marie in regards to that, they tweeted back, Tambra is pregnant. Marie responded and said this. Y'all are her fans following her reality. So I should be asking y'all what's good. Y'all know her better than we do, and we film work with her very closely and know nothing about her but her name and her radio voice. I'm sure she's been keeping y'all in the loop. Her 10 diehard fans down my throat, so ask them. They know everything. Bam, baby, Marie done blew it up. So Marie, she did tweet that, but this was already out there. People say that Tambra has a baby. Now I got some tips, and one person gave me a tip and said that Tamara has had a baby girl 3 weeks ago. Now, I don't know if that's true. That's why it's alleged and allegedly. But if she's had a baby girl 3 weeks ago, because you might not can show up to the reunion if you're pregnant, you might not can. So let's just say she had a daughter 3 weeks ago. They usually give you like if your pregnancy and delivery went smooth, like 6 weeks to recuperate. So let's just say the reunion show might be August 17th, maybe, or in that same week. That's what we gonna say. I'm just saying hypothetically. So she would have time to come to the reunion. Now, people are saying, what is this reunion gonna be like? Because this season they have a lot more going on. The past 2 reunions, the seating has been Letitia, Marie, and Tambra. Is it gonna be like this time? Because they are saying Tambra is gonna be in a hot seat. Uh, and people want to know if she was pregnant, why didn't you share it? Like maybe she's waiting to reveal it on the TV. We saw the sonogram, but these are things people want to know and they question. Some people are like, that's just her. She's just private. That's always been her. So what do you think about the baby thing? If it's true, what do you think?
You can't be private on reality TV. It makes
Okay.
no sense. Um, Now, I mean, I want to give you grace. If you ain't got no drama, then you ain't got no drama. But if you got something going on, you got to tell it. That's what you're getting paid for, and you ain't getting paid no pennies. Like you got to tell your story. So no, absolutely not. If you pregnant, I mean, and you got to know somebody done seen you, and you couldn't possibly think that you just that liked in this world that ain't nobody gonna tell your secret. So yeah, I mean it is what it is. I'm hoping that this is something that's gonna come up a little bit later in the season or something. And
Mm-hmm.
she's not crazy enough to think that she was gonna slide through this whole season and nobody was gonna know. If this is true, like
If
I
it's true.
yeah. Um, but yeah, you can't. Yeah, you really ain't. I mean, you got to tell your life story. And if you pregnant, like that's a vital part of your life story. So come on now, like no, you can't keep that a secret.
But do you think if it's true, she's not telling it because she wants to surprise us on the show? Like, could that be it?
I That's what I would go with, and when I would hope she don't make me have egg on my face by saying that that's what I'm gonna go with. Um, and it would make sense. The only thing that is kind of weird to me is we're like in episode 7.
Episodes of yeah.
I would have thought by now they would have at least dropped a little tidbit
Mm-hmm.
to, you know what I mean? At least put us. I mean, because like, what you gonna do? Wait till the last episode and throw a baby shower or something? Like, I don't get it.
Well,
But
they say it's more episodes this season, so maybe that's why they're trying to. If it's true, maybe that's
yeah,
why they're trying to wait for later. Um. Okay. So, do you feel like? Because I feel like this. I'm gonna be the middleman. I see it from what Marie is saying. I see a lot of that. I can see it from maybe Tambra not being the kind of person to share stuff and just be a calm person. But a lot of people are going to say, like the response that Marie gave when I asked those two questions to her directly, to the Empress directly, feel like if you get on a reality TV show, part of that is telling stuff. I see um it's Belle Collective groups on Facebook, on Instagram. I look at all the responses, right? So people to me flip flop too. Like, okay, when we started the show, people were mad with like Cliff and the thing with him and Latrice, right?
mm,
Then it went to Gucci and the Selena thing. People was mad at Gucci. They still coming at her. Now we on Marie and Tambra. It's like to me, people flip flop like a candy paint job. So now everybody is coming at Marie, but I'm gonna say if you kind of don't want to be on the show telling all your business, maybe it's better to be a friend of the show. Cause I couldn't be a full time cast. I could be a friend of the show. I'm gonna come in and give my reads. I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna shake it up. You ain't gonna know shit about me, but I done came and fucked this shit up and got my check and got my ass out the damn scene. You ain't gonna know nothing about me. Cause I'm a friend of the show. So do you think because people see Tambra as more of a peaceful person, that she will be better as a friend of the show. And
absolutely,
then you think, okay,
absolutely.
and how you said maybe Letitia should have presented her with that, right? Do you think if that was coming from any other Belle but Marie? Because I feel like Marie is outspoken. She gonna call it like it is and tell you like it is. Do you feel like if another Belle would have came to her, it would have been Black Twitter would have reacted differently or the same?
Differently, definitely differently. See, when I say that about Marie, that's not me attacking her.
Mm-hmm.
I say that because I feel like she was used. You already have that villain, like they're already looking at you like the villain on the show. And so I feel like you were put up to, it probably worked out in everybody's favor because Marie likes to do the whole, let me not phrase it like that. Marie is one of those people that's like, I'm gonna tell it like it is. I'm gonna say it like it is. I don't care what nobody think. Blah 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 blah. So it's easy to have her to do stuff like that because that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of what she likes to do anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think she should have stepped back for a second and said to herself, "Yeah, I don't mind speaking my mind, but why me? Why me, the person that everybody already don't like for this very reason? Everybody saying I'm in folks' business and blah 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 blah. So why me? Tisha went to the meeting too. Why not her? And supposedly the man, what they said was the man contacted the the collective.
Right.
So it really could have been anybody that could have went to her. Why me? That would have been my thought if I had been Marie. I wouldn't have let them put me up to that. But that's just my.
Some people think Marie is like, being like calculated or just using it for a storyline. But I will say this. Um, when she pulled up her phone and the stuff she said, I believed her
I do too.
because I got somebody that DM'd me, and I talked about it like in my other review, saying the same thing about doing a story about Tambra. I wasn't interested in it, and I wasn't giving that, any energy. So I do feel like she's not lying about the man that came at her with the information.
Mhm.
Even Gucci and I think Aikisha talked about it. I can't remember, but they talked about it too. Like I think it was Gucci on Girl What's the Tea interview that she did, I think. But she did say that, they did say somebody tried to them too. So like when people are saying, well, Marie is doing this for a storyline, as far as the man reaching out to her, she's not lying about that. And I don't know if that's the same person that reached out to me, but I'm saying, people come at you all the time and say stuff. So because it's Marie that presented it, everybody is mad at her.
But I think the reason that people feel like she's using it as a storyline is this. Tambra is somebody that every season you have not had an issue with, right? We haven't seen Marie have
Hmm.
any issues with Tambra. Um, like
That we know of.
right, but that's what I say. We haven't seen it, and
Hmm.
so all of a sudden this man comes to you, and now all of a sudden you just going after her. Because let's just be clear, she is going after this girl with this information, and it's just like so that then makes you look like that villain that everybody's calling you out to be, and it seems like you're just trying to find op. And I have always said, Marie, if you watching, this is just me being honest. I have always said that you deflect.
You
You
think she
tell
deflects?
you tell some of your business, yes, but you don't tell it all. And your way of keeping from telling it all is to talk about everything that's going on with other people. And I could be wrong. Keep in mind, I'm only watching the show. What
Hmm.
15, 10-minute clips of what you got going on in your life. So in no way am I trying to judge you, but from what we can see, that's what I get.
Okay, now I'm gonna say this because you know me and you know my mouth.
Right.
If a
Yeah.
person does not know me, I've had people that don't know me until they really got to know me. Like they thought I was, mean. They thought I was crazy. They just thought I said whatever. And I think the older I've gotten, I've adjusted some, but I still got that side of me that can get at your ass if you come to me wrong. But I feel like because it's Marie and she's so outspoken and she just tells it like it is, coming off of like her in the Latrice thing, people are already gonna see her as a villain. And now, because it's Tambra, people still gonna see her as a villain.
That's true, but I can't compare you to Marie, and I'm gonna tell you why. So in most situations, you're quiet and man your business. You don't start speaking your mind until somebody grants you with opportunity to. And one thing about you, which I've seen you do many a times, is ask somebody, "You want me to tell you the truth?" And God forbid they say yeah, because the gloves are off. Marie don't ask no permission. Marie don't care what you gonna feel about it. Marie ain't trying to mind her business until she's invited into the conversation. Marie bulldozes her way into people's situation and just goes there. And so that's the difference. Like, and again, I don't. No, I ain't gonna lie. I haven't liked Marie most seasons, but that's just because I'm a Latrice fan. I'm not
Mhm,
saying that Marie is just so bad, but
mhm.
yeah, Marie gets in your business, like whether I mean, and that's something that I got to stand on. Like she's kind of ruthless with that. That's just
Okay.
what I see.
Do you think that Tambra should continue on this show? Like a lot of people
I
feel
don't.
like you don't.
I think this should be her last season.
Why do you think it should be her last season?
I think we could have got more out of Antoinette than her. I really
You do.
do. One thing about Antoinette was boring. Let's just be clear. I loved her, but she was boring. She wasn't boring because she's a boring person. Because if I follow her like on Instagram and all of that, and like she is a turn up,
Hmm.
but she was one of those people that she's a Dr. Jackie. Her business comes first, her success comes first, and
Hmm.
so before she get on here and make a fool out of herself for a few dollars,
Hmm.
she gonna protect her business, right? But when stuff landed in her lap, she rolled with the punches. Like she didn't mind telling a story about the divorce. If something went on with Latrice and they brought it to her, she was going
Hmm.
back at her house when she was going at it with Tambra. Like She
when
rolled
they
with the
was
punches.
shaking like a bobblehead doing
Right.
this.
I hate she did that. She looked so silly when she did that, but you know. But yeah, I feel like because of that, like they could have got more excitement out of her than Tambra. Like Tambra just won't give you anything. Tambra does. I agree with Marie that Tambra acts like, I'm not gonna say she acts like, because I don't know if it's an act or what, because I don't know her. But
Mhm.
when you look at how Tambra portrays herself on the show, it's just like she has nothing going on.
Mhm. Now, this is something to me that will be interesting because just say if they film the reunion August 17th or that week, that same week, right? I want to know the seating arrangement because I feel like um people pointed this out to me too. They said that Tambra unfollowed Marie and Letitia. I guess she was following them before, I don't know, but people always point stuff out to me and give me tips. So I want to know for the reunion, since those three have always said together now, because we're here,
Oh, I can
unless
tell
you
you the seating, how the seating gonna go.
how you think it should go.
It's gonna be Tambra, Latrice, and Aikisha on the couch,
Hmm.
and then it's gonna be Gucci, Letitia, and Marie on the other couch.
So should it go like that though? Like if they've been
Absolutely.
sitting them three together the whole time, why not just sit Letitia, Marie, and Tambra together this time?
Well, no, because it's always the two people feuding are always on opposite couches, right?
Hmm.
So you got Latrice and Marie definitely need
Hmm.
to be on separate couches. Latrice and Gucci definitely need to be on separate couches. Then you got Tambra and Marie, and Tambra and Letitia need to be on separate couches. And most likely, Aikisha and Letitia, regardless of how they sat at that table, they gonna need to be on separate damn couches. Like God forbid they bring up Fair Street. Letitia gonna want to tell you about how she started it, and that's just gonna be a mess. But so yeah, I think that would be the perfect. I think that's going to be the setup.
Okay, so a lot of people think this too, and I said this too. Regardless if you are part of Marie Mafia, I think that's what her fans are, Marie Mafia. I don't know what Latrice fans are. I'm just gonna call them the goddesses. So since it's
Mhm.
God, the goddess squad. Okay, when they had the situation, and I said this what Cliff was like, Latrice is a snake. I was like, baby, if Marie hear that, it's on. Now,
Yeah,
in her interview with Carlos, Marie was like, which people are like, how can you not blame her? She was like, her own husband called her a snake, Carlos. So a lot of people are like, if your own husband is calling you a snake, and now Marie saying it. Then we get to the reunion. A lot of people feel like this reunion, baby, they feel like Marie gonna be passing out reeds and lollipops. Latrice and Tambra, they feel like, they might need to get it together. If they got some gay friends, y'all better tell them the gays judge me up with the reeds. We know we'll give you the reeds, ladies. But they feel like this is gonna be, and people are seeing like a friendship more formed with Latrice and Tambra, right?
yeah. No,
But like
and
Marie
that's
said,
fake. That's
you
fake.
think it's fake.
It's definitely fake because Latrice would, and Latrice, if you are listening, I am a Latrice fan to the depths of me. I don't
You
like
on the goddess
nobody the
squad.
way anybody that know me and know me watching this show knows that I
You
have
are a Latrice
always
fan,
said
baby.
I have
Yeah.
been a Latrice fan, but I am going to be real with you today. That relationship is bullshit. You were one of the people on last season
Uh-huh.
saying that Tambra was a damn liar and Tambra was full of shit and like all of that. And I feel like, and I get it. I get where you're going. Everybody
Mhm.
turning on you, and the same people are turning on Tambra. So why not link up with her? I understand that strategy, but is it real? Absolutely fucking not. No. But if you could just grant me one moment to have just a slight conversation with Latrice, just real short.
So you want to talk to the goddess. Go ahead.
Latrice, if you hear me, if you hear me, if you ain't never listened to nobody else, hear me when I say this piece of advice. Two things. Like he said, you need to get with some gays and you need to come up with some reads that are legendary and iconic because Marie is going to go in on you like nobody's business. Your husband has given that woman so much ammunition this season. I'm scared for you. I am terrified for you. But your savior is going to be the girls. And I don't mean the ones, your sister, the collectives. You need to go get you some gays. Josh is not the answer. Mm-mm.
You
And
don't
that's
think
not to
Josh,
say anything.
Josh
Mm-mm.
give good
And
reads?
that ain't saying nothing bad about Josh. Josh do give good reads, but Josh don't give the type of reads that Latrice need right now. Josh give good reads that's like, that was cute. You know, no. You need reads that's gonna say, damn, she really hate her. Second thing, Latrice, you know they're gonna bring it up on this reunion. The whole you and Gucci thing. I beg
Mhm.
of you. And I know it's gonna be hard for you to do it. You probably just turn this whole thing off when you hear me say it. I beg of you, the moment they say Gucci name, just apologize. Since you were wrong. The girl was your friend. The girl was talking about she was gonna help you fight Marie on the because she did a whole
Interview.
interview and said that. I didn't even know nothing about that. But she did a
Mhm.
whole interview saying that she was going to help you fight Marie. I don't even know when it was.
At
But
the reunion.
that girl was really like trying to be your friend. And I know that you know that because it wasn't until all this stuff happened that you started saying different things. Even if you don't want to be her friend no more, just
Mhm.
own it and apologize. You are losing fan base and gaining enemies over something so petty. She's absolutely right. And I feel like at that table, now I'm not
Mhm.
going to say that I agree with everything that Gucci did or said in the situation, but I feel like at that table when y'all were arguing, there was a moment where she kind of calmed down and tried to explain to you it's about the relationship that we had. And all you had to do was just call me. And she's right. Like, and when she said the real estate 101, I know that sounded like a read, but she was absolutely right. You can't work with two agents at one. She could have went after your agent that actually sold you the property and got half of her commission.
Okay, so let's get into two things you said. For
Mm.
people that don't know, what Little David saying about Gucci coming across the table is at the reunion. When Marie and Latrice were into it and they were arguing, it was something said to the effect like Marie was about to come, I guess they had to stop, like, cool down a moment, but Gucci was like, if she, I guess, would have came at Latrice and tried to fight her, it was gonna be on. Like she was gonna have her back
Oh, so she was talking about the reunion because
at the reunion.
she just said I was finna do what however she worded it. Basically, she was about to help Latrice. She didn't ever
Cross
say
the line.
what episode or what you know what I mean. And
She
I
was talking
was
about the reunion. Yeah, that
okay,
was at the reunion.
okay,
Because they said it was a lot edited out at that reunion that we did not see. At Marie interview with Carlos, Marie did say, y'all ain't gonna be able to edit it out and save her this time. That's what she was talking about them at the reunion going
I
at it.
did hear when she said that. Okay,
Now the thing with the realtor, you touched on that. Now let's get into that. Because a lot of people feel like some people are divided. Some people are still mad at Gucci. They're like, Gucci, why are you still asking this? Some people are like, Latrice, you could have just told her. Now, the thing
yes.
about the agent, somebody sent me something where the agent was mad and was like, she doesn't want them to. I guess they might have showed her picture on the episode. They did not
Mhm.
say her name. I'm not gonna say her name. But she was mad that maybe a picture was used. I mean, it was so quick I couldn't even remember, and she was upset. Now, the thing about that agent that people too are talking about, like Jackson people will talk. Okay, baby, I'm not even there, and I be knowing what's going on. I ain't been living in Jackson since 2016, but my people always gonna give me the rundown, and I love y'all, man. Okay, so the actual agent allegedly that sold Latrice the property, they are saying that this is when season 1 was out and they were talking about the blogger. This is a person that was kind of, I don't want to say affiliated, but the realtor and the blogger knew each other. People in Jackson know what I'm talking about, the whole thing with him and her. So people took it like, and I think Marie even said in her interview, like, Carlos, she's dealing with these people like she's in bed with these people. That's what she mean. Like, okay, well, you said you weren't connected to them, but this is the person that sold you the building. But I got to interview Latrice. Latrice even said herself that, the thing with Kaylon going to him asking the information. She said that's as far as it went, and she was not out to get Marie. And she cleared that up.
Let me,
But
Marie full
different
of it.
people are taking it different ways. What do you think about that?
I think Marie is full of it, and in that regard, and I'm gonna tell you why. Kaylon admitted that she's the one that went back to the man asking for information, blah 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 blah, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they even asked her, "Well, who sent you?" I sent myself.
Mm-hmm. She said that.
That's where your anger should be. You are fighting tooth and nail to include Latrice and Antoinette in this situation, and it's just like, just accept the girl admitted to it. Like, why are you steady trying to link her to it? And here's the thing. So she knows this realtor who supposedly knows the blogger and blah 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 blah. So what?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many people I know that have been in situations with my good friends, basically snakes in situations, and I know them, but that don't mean I had something to do with what they had going on. Like, and even if I knew what was going on, does that make me wrong? Because I would just so happen to be in a space where I found out something. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, the person that did it admitted it to you, and that's where, I mean, why not just be, mad at them? Like, why you keep trying to add this girl to that situation? It's almost like you want a problem with her. And if that's what it is, then just tell her, like, y'all put on some boxing gloves or something. Like, stop trying to make it about that. Like, that's so silly to me.
Now I did get to talk to Kayla and I did an interview. If y'all missed that interview, even if you missed the interview with Latrice, I did one with Aikisha, I did one with Gucci. You can go to my playlist, it's there. Kaylon did say, um, and it's Kaylin. I don't know why we keep saying Kaylin. It's Kaylin. She did say that she asked the information. That was as far as it went. She said it wasn't anything any deeper, and she said she was really getting, defense, information for the offense, not the defense, and that's what it was. But people are taking it and seeing it like from both sides. So
And I also think that, so I understood where Marie was like, oh, well, this tearing down my business and that's my livelihood. That's
mhm,
reality TV, baby. You signed up for reality TV and you were really going hard on them girls. And here's the thing, this is one thing that you got to remember. You can't you can't hit me and then tell me how I should respond. You can hit me, and if I choose to shoot you back, that's just what it is. And so you basically in a crowded room of black women, right? And I'm black
mhm.
just like you, so ain't no, you can't call me racist. You was in that room full of black women and you basically baited them all into a situation of attacking that woman over absolutely nothing. And so, yeah, if her retaliate and with that, then you turned around and you were attacking her friends. If her response to that is to go gather as much information as she can so she can attack your ass at the reunion, I don't see where she did anything wrong. It's unfortunate that Essie got roped into that because she has a business with you. But as far as you on reality TV. You signed up for that. Stop crying.
Okay, now let's get into the preview clip that we saw. I want to talk about this. It's supposed to be a party that Gucci is having, right?
Mhm.
And we saw a scene at the end with Letitia and Cliff,
Mm.
and we see they have an exchange, and Letitia is talking to Glenn. A lot of people were like, "Cliff, what are you doing?" Like, I feel like I like Latrice on the show, right?
Yeah.
Um, I didn't like that being shown about the club thing and outside, but I understand it's reality TV. They're gonna get it. A lot of people feel like when they saw that, people just like DM me, text me like, "Child, why is Cliff trying to tell anybody anything?" What did you think about that?
I think I really believe that once that I don't know if it was set up to be this way or what, but once that situation happened in the parking lot in the club,
Mm-hmm.
we are seeing the real Cliff now. I feel like once that got aired, Cliff was like, "Fuck it, I ain't gotta pretend no more. I'm finna be myself." And one thing about it, Cliff is just one of those old school country alpha males. The thing is, we got to stop acting like we ain't never seen this before.
But
Th-
didn't we see it the first season?
well,
Like,
not with
remember when he
him. I'm
showed
just
up?
saying. I'm saying in general, he
Mm-hmm.
ain't the only man out here like that. There is many men like that, and there's a lot of them that don't act like that, but want to act like that. Right? And then
Mm-hmm.
there's some that act like that behind closed doors, but then in your face they treating a woman like they a queen when they outside. Time to get behind closed doors, she cooking, cleaning, and better shut the hell up. So you like Cliff just being himself, and as much as I don't like the way that he treats Latrice being himself, if she like it, I love it. What more can we do?
I think the only person Latrice needs to listen to is her beautiful mama, Miss Gloria, back because Miss Gloria gonna tell it like it is, how it is, and ain't gonna pull no punches. And she has her best interest at heart. That's the only person I think Latrice needs to listen to.
I totally agree with that, but at the same time, the same way, is it Miss Gloria is her name?
Hmm.
Same way Miss Gloria went through it, Latrice gonna have to go through it too. You can't
No,
like
I think
even though
it's Miss Dorothy. I think it's Miss Dorothy.
Mama, I'm gonna call her Mama because you know
Okay, okay.
Latrice my favorite anyway, so we gonna share her. Um, Mama can't force Latrice to do right or what she feels is right, right?
Hmm.
The same way some people have to go through situations, you know, and learn for themselves. And from what I'm gathering from watching Latrice, that's what's going to happen. I don't know what type of stronghold he has on her. I'm assuming that it's that daddy thing. Um, but I mean, like she's made it clear to y'all, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't
Mm.
going nowhere, and we know that if she wanted to go somewhere, she could. Like we know the girls, the Bells love to throw jabs at each other about money and blah 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 blah. But we know that woman got money. It's Google. I mean, you can Google it. The business is super successful. So if she wanted to get up and walk today,
Mm.
I won't say that her life would be exactly the same, but it wouldn't change much. The girl, like, once you hit a certain tax bracket, it really don't matter if the next person had more money than you when you can still go out and get everything that you want. And Latrice can go out and get whatever the hell she wants. She's got money. So I say that to say, because it probably sounds like I'm getting off track, but I say that to say if that woman wanted to walk, she could, and she could comfortably. And the fact that she has not, yeah, people need to leave it alone.
I don't think like when people say they think it's like the whole daddy thing. I don't think it's that. I just think from seeing her, I think she loves hard,
That too.
and she really is in it like she took her vow serious to like death do us part. That's how I look at it with her.
Even with that though, um, those daddy issues is something else. I've seen some people do some crazy or put up with some crazy stuff, and I agree with you when you say like the she loves hard and all of that. Um, but the daddy issues are there. I can promise you. I mean, it shows all through the screen. I also think that abandonment issues is there. with losing, her father leaving, losing brothers going to prison, abandoned, and not to mention, if you listen to her story, everybody that she's had those abandonment issues with, or the daddy, these are all men.
Yeah.
So she's got a lot of things going on, and I personally think she should probably be seeing somebody about that, um, because I think she loses herself in men. Like, yes, she gets up and takes care of her business. We know that's her pride and joy. But outside of that, I feel like she loses herself in a man. She forgets her independence and like how strong of a woman she is behind the man.
So what do you think, like when it comes to like Letitia and Glenn, we finna see like a scene where she's talking to Glenn. A lot of people on Twitter are always like, girl, you just need to leave him. And to me, it's easy for somebody to say leave somebody, but she's been with him since like high school. Like people, whether they admit it or not, um, infidelity, whether it's your man slept with somebody, he just chatted with somebody, whether it's your woman slept with somebody, she just chatted. It's a part of a relationship, even if you're not married. It happens. So a lot of people are on her like, girl, why won't you leave? Girl, you're not gonna leave, and it's her life. So what do you think about that and people's reaction, especially on Black Twitter?
So I've been through all of that. Like, you know what I mean? Everything that she's going through, I've been through. The only thing, I wasn't married. So I get it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And when you really love somebody, and especially if you've been with them that amount of time, you be surprised. People will be surprised what you will put up with. It truly is very difficult to just walk away. The only problem that I have with Letitia is walk away or shut up. Just shut up. Like, there's no, like, at the end of the day, all the complaining you doing, the arguing you doing with Cliff and all of that. What is the point when you ain't going nowhere? And what's the what like I feel like, because she said she was on, she did an interview. I don't know who she was interviewing with, but she said she's just going through life and we're just watching her life story. This is just the growing pains or whatever that she's going through or whatever. I can buy that because she is on reality TV. But my thing is the leaving, the talking shit to him, you know, you ain't gonna get this. I ain't doing this. Until you do this, I ain't do like. What are you doing that to prove a point to us? Because it's clear that you ain't, like, you have no desire to go anywhere. Because in one breath you saying like, well, I've outgrown my husband, but then the next scene you sitting up arguing with him. When I'm done with somebody, we not arguing. You're not even gonna be in my space to be arguing with. And this is from somebody that again has gone through what you've gone through. When you truly tired and fed up, there's no room for all those arguments because they're not even allowed into your space. So I say all that to say I'm okay riding with you through what you're going through. I'm okay with that because I mean, I firsthand I know that that's hard to just walk away. But
Mm-hmm.
shut up, like stop complaining because you got options here, and you choosing to be around this man.
Well, maybe she's feeling her way through it though, little Dave. Like I get it. Like to me, okay, when people say that, right? If we, as the viewers, were the ones that were being recorded, I feel like people would look at us and be like, "Well, damn, you was just saying that, and now he done bopped you upside the head with half a gallon of butter pecan ice cream, and you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's it's always easy to say, but then when y'all could have a talk 1 minute and shoot a different scene and y'all doing good. And then you could be mad.
No, I all of that I understand. Okay, let me put this in a way that's easier to understand. I can respect Latrice more than I can respect Letitia's standpoint on what, because they're both going through basically the same thing, whether they want to admit it or not, right? When you ask Latrice, she just basically puts it out there. Yeah, that's what's happening, but so what? I ain't going nowhere. Can't help nothing but respect that. Like, you can feel however you want to. She ain't lied to you. Like, she just kept it a buck. I ain't going nowhere. Feel however you want to. The problem that I have with Letitia is she keeps trying to, it's almost like she's trying to appease everybody else with what she's saying, but then her actions show something totally different. Just stop talking about it. We're gonna see it anyway because we on reality TV. But all that extra talking about trying to make yourself look, just stop. Just stop. Just let it play out.
So you just want to play out. Because I just feel like she is like saying like I'm just trying to figure it out.
She does say that, but then there's also scenes where she talking to him and I ain't putting up with this no more and blah 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 blah. But then you back in his presence the next scene. So you are putting up with it because he ain't changed. Let's be clear. He been an
You don't think
asshole
he's gonna
since day
change?
one.
Not an asshole, Dave.
That's exactly what he is. Anytime you tell a woman, uh, what did he say to her? Oh, people get money and they
It
what
go
did he
to the
say?
head.
Yeah, you really
Mm.
saying that about your wife? So what you saying? So what I got from that was you was submissive and obeying me when I was taking care of you. Now you got your own money, and that's a problem. So you want her to be barefoot pregnant and broke is basically what you saying. I ain't gonna tell you you should leave him because that's your husband. You've been with him for years. But if that's what you gonna put up with, you
Mm.
only making a fool out of yourself with the back and forth, the trying to make people believe that you so tough and you so independent when you still right there.
I just see her as like a different woman now. Like, I think she's talked about it in interviews where she was more like supporting him,
Mm-hmm.
and I think she started doing like little pop-up events, and it just grew into her like doing her own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I sometimes feel like if you've been with somebody for a long time, right,
Mm-hmm.
and things were a certain way, and all of a sudden you sort of kind of discover your own strength or your own power,
Absolutely.
you do grow as a person. Because I
Absolutely.
think, and I've always been vocal in my relationships. Like that's just always been in me. But it's stuff now at this age where I might have just been like, whatever. It's stuff now from the jump. I'm like, nope, that ain't gonna happen, Captain.
Right.
And it's like I can say now in my relationship because I'm so like, what is it? I guess I'm kind of outspoken and verbal, and my boyfriend is too, and it's like we bump heads a lot of times because he gonna say what he think, and I'm damn sure gonna say what I think. So it's just like,
I think with
damn.
you, like when anytime, especially like if you get into it with somebody or you speaking your mind, so to speak,
Mm.
it's very apparent that you were raised by a grandparent.
Like, yes,
Very apparent, like because grandmas don't give a damn what they say, but
mine will
you
say
can
it.
never knock them because they still they speak in facts. And
Hmm.
so, like as your friend, when you ask that famous question, you want me to tell you the truth, and they say yeah, my whole body cringes like you don't even know the gates of hell that you just opened. Cause you are not gonna like what he's about to say. But you know, I don't I don't see it's hard for me to talk about Letitia's situation because I don't want her to feel like I'm judging her. And I mean I don't even know if she watches this, but if she does, like I don't want her to feel like I'm judging her because I'm not. I'm more so wanting to advise her, like you would look so much better just saying that's my husband and we'll figure it out rather than trying to explain to this person that yeah I'm leaving him girl, or this person that yeah I'm getting my own place, or this person that I'm independent and I got this going on and I got my own and I'm growing, I've outgrown my, like it just don't look good because then you turn around and you saying you slept with him after reunion, after he even got the DNA, had to get a DNA test, but with having another child by somebody else, or allegedly, and then finding out that he didn't, right? Or you run into his aid when his grandmother passed or whatever, like, and that's one thing because you could have met him at the grandma house. Let's be clear, went over there and
But I
checked on
feel
grandma.
like she should have because they
I'm
still,
not
let's
saying
just
that
say,
she
even if
shouldn't.
they got divorced, it's still, they
I'm not saying
still
she shouldn't.
connected.
But it's all in the things that you said prior to. I think that you're supposed to be by his side, but when you done said the shit that you said prior to, you look crazy running to his aid because you just made like you ain't want to fuck with him at all. That's all I'm saying. Just be careful what
Mm,
you're saying. Like your actions need to line up with what you're saying. That's all I'm saying. And I don't feel like they do.
you don't think they do. Now,
Mm-mm.
what do you think about so far Aikisha on the show and how her season is going?
Aikisha, I like you. You're my second favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I loved your scene with your mother.
Dr. Sandra, baby.
Let me tell
The
you something.
outfits was flowing,
You
baby.
need to go and thank that woman because when she walked in the room, she was your glow up. That whole screen said money. It was like a money machine just started throwing dollars all around the room. Everything about her, from the poise to the way I mean, everything just read success.
Sophistication, baby.
Yes, like I'm listen, but outside of that scene,
Mm-hmm.
sis, you've been boring.
You think she's been born?
You've been boring. Like, and I don't think that you're a boring person, so that's why it's disappointing to me. Because
Mm-hmm.
you usually come with the reads and but I think too that you're not being given a fair chance to not be boring because we're not seeing you a lot with the girls. We're not seeing you really a lot, period, actually.
Well, I can't say I watched her live with Gucci, and she did say like when they started taping, she was like, because she has a home in New Jersey, and then there she
Yeah.
was like more so home. So
She has a
maybe we'll see
mansion in New
more of her
Jersey.
later. Yeah, she has a mansion.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Her
I,
husband said,
I
get it
did
right.
my
She's got a
research.
mansion.
It's one of the most expensive. I did my research, baby. She got it.
But no, so when I say boring,
Mhm.
again, I don't know if you watch it, but Aikisha, if you watching, I'm not talking negative about you. I'm just telling you what they're showing us, and we're not seeing enough of you. And when we do see you, it's really usually them filling you in on what's going on. The prior scenes or whatever. Um, oh, now your husband coming home. That was a little cute because
That was funny.
your husband is quite hilarious. Like you definitely need to keep him on that show by your side because he definitely helps the situation. But I think
Baby.
what it is now that he's home, I'm hoping that we're gonna see the both of them more,
Hmm.
and then we can really make a judgment call on how she's looking in the on the show or whatever. Because right now, I don't think she's really been given a fair chance for anybody to say anything about her because we ain't seen her.
Yeah. Now, when Willie was like, "Daddy's home, bitches," that
Right.
shit tickled the hell out of me. Oh, I
The man is hilarious.
he hilarious. Like him and JJ. Glenn is funny, like in his own way. Cliff's good reads because when he was like Gucci, she wasn't so Gucci on that deal.
Right.
That shit was hilarious.
Well,
Um,
so Cliff is funny, but this season, Cliff's ignorance is outshining his funny. Um, Glenn is there. Listen, there's gonna be a bunch of people that hate Glenn, but you best believe there is also a bunch of people that
oh,
is
it's a lot that
loving
love
Glenn,
him. Yes, and they sliding in
loving
his
him.
DM. Y'all better stop being fast. He's still a married man. Y'all get out of his DM.
So I don't shortchange Glenn either because Glenn does have some good qualities about him as well. I don't even think that Glenn is really a bad person. You know
Mhm.
how somebody could be a good person, but they grew up watching because all of us, most of our ways come from what we seen growing up, right? Which is
Mhm.
like I was telling you, when as soon as you open your mouth, I know a grandparent definitely was responsible for that, right? And so I think Glenn upbringing with the men in his life
Mm-hmm.
has taught him a certain way. And so because of that, I don't necessarily deem him as a bad person. I
Mm-hmm.
just think that he's carried some things into his adulthood that he probably should put back. Like your mama used to tell you, go put the toys back. Go
Mm-hmm.
put it back. Cause don't bring that with you because it's hurting you when it's gonna put you in an 80-20 situation. Or if it hasn't already, I think it actually already has put you in that 80-20 situation. But that darn what is his name?
Willie,
Willie and what is the
JJ,
that one? Yeah, them two. That's reality TV gold. Them two are
JJ with that.
hilarious.
Gosh darn it, is God darn it. But yeah, he is hilarious.
He,
So another thing is like Black Twitter, the groups and everything. Like to me, it's a reality show. It's entertainment. It's their lives. But some people, some of the comments I be seeing, I be like, damn, y'all. Like if I'm
yeah,
shouting out, it's too much because I'm
yeah,
kind of and if you
yeah.
taking me too fast, I've literally watched these people for the past 3 weeks, like being at Gucci back to back to back to back to back. And it's sort of like I I get y'all got an opinion, but y'all got to realize like we watching them. They not watching us. And these are their lives. Like, what do you think about some of the reactions people and some of the stuff they say? Cause to me it's like it's vicious.
I mean, to give a comparison, Essie. We ain't even seen Essie, and
We
I
want us.
like they had commented one time to Essie, and I commented behind it, and I was like, "Damn, that was vile." Like, do you know this person outside of the TV? Like, what did you do to them? And she came back and was like, "Yeah, this is what I get all the time. People are horrible. They are brutal, but we know that in life itself, right?
Yeah.
So when you sign yourself up for reality TV, you already know it's gonna be 10 times worse. So, and I think the one thing that I like about Gucci, um, she takes it with a smile.
Hmm.
She reads your ass back and tell you God bless you at the end. And
Yeah.
I love that about her because my thing is either don't watch the comments, and if you are gonna watch the comments, just understand that this is a part of the job. And she understands the assignment.
She do. And I like Gucci responses. I love Essie on Twitter is like the
Ooh,
read queen because Essie don't play with y'all.
Essie don't
She'll
play.
take they read and flip they read back on their ass. Like
Hmm.
somebody people keep saying the thing about her and Marie like being together. Like they cleared that up. The whole soulmates, they meant it as friends, but people are still, oh, y'all are together. Oh, like, where's your girlfriend? I think Essie retweeted and was like, right here.
Right.
Like, they flipping it on y'all, and it's hilarious to me, but it's just like, that's another reason I was I couldn't do main cast. I could be a friend of the show, even though they read the friends of the show. But the comments,
You
y'all got to stop.
definitely, I think you would be reality TV gold with your mouth, but when it comes to like the comments and social media, that wouldn't work for you.
Uh-uh.
Um, I
Cause I tell a
personally,
bitch quick, ho, pull up.
I would love to do reality TV. I would love it. But I also know that I would be a person that I would never go to. I would shut all my social media down. I would shut it completely
You
down.
would.
Yes, absolutely. I because I know me. And
Mm.
being a Gemini, and I am a true Gemini, I can see days where I'll be ready to shoot up the whole house, and I can see days where I'll be sitting back crying, sad, like, "Damn, you feel that way about me for real?" Because I am very sensitive about how people feel about me, right? Like, I don't like for people not to like me. Um, we've had personal situations with a person that had an issue with me, and it's where I probably should have popped him. I'm like, well, damn, why you feel like that about me? What I do?
You talking
So
about the Law Supreme?
that one.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I would have to shut or I think it's a way you can shut off comments.
You can.
I would have to do something like that. I wouldn't be able to take that. I would love to be on reality TV, but the social media stuff, no, I couldn't do it. Mm-mm.
Now, see, I would leave my comments on because I would only be a friend of the show. But when you get under my comments with the smoke, what's your address? Pull up. Let me give you my head. Pull up. Talk it now. Because some of them people just, some of y'all, oh my God.
It gets bad. It gets
So we going to see what the new episode gives tomorrow. I'm going to do my review. And I'm also going to, again, give the questions that Marie, Monroe, and Nicole. Thank you, Marie, for answering my questions. And Dave, maybe we can do this Thursday again, if you're available.
I
And
definitely
we can chop it up about what's going to happen for this
the
new
next.
episode, baby, because
Okay,
I'm ready.
so before we go,
Hmm.
I got a question for you. We touched on this subject, but I got a question about the subject. So
Okay.
we spoke on Tambra's alleged pregnancy.
Hmm.
Do you believe it?
That she's pregnant and had a baby?
Mm. Or
Well,
pregnant and had a baby, pregnant and still pregnant? Like, what do you believe it?
do I believe it? I will say, because I got this from a couple of sources, right?
Okay.
These are all sources back home that I got this from. I will say anything that they have ever told me, any tips that they have ever gave me so far have never been wrong. And that's why I have to say allegedly. They all of these different sources said to me that she was pregnant and she had the baby. So the only thing I can say is if she's had the baby, congratulations. I wish you all the best.
Yes.
But as far as believing it, I'm gonna say those sources have never lied to me.
Okay.
As far as like their information when they I've gotten stuff that behind the scenes I knew before people, the public knew. And I was like, damn, they telling me the truth. Like I
If
got something that was exposed, and I was like, "What? This ain't true," and it turned out to be true. So I will say they've always given me the real deal.
and for those who are watching that don't know Jay Evans or is new to this, when he says home, he is from Jackson, Mississippi.
I'm
So
from Jackson.
yeah, that he definitely got sources. Okay,
Yeah,
well that's what
I
I need
love
to know.
Jackson. I love Jackson. I went to Lanier 833. I graduated from Jackson State, baby. So I moved to Jackson when I was 14 and stayed there until 2016. I'm from Milwaukee, but I still
Yeah.
say Milwaukee, but Jackson is where I spent my life at, and my sources have never led me wrong. And I plethora that tell me good stuff, but they not messy with it. They just tell me good stuff. They keep me got my ear to the street and they just tell me good stuff. But I got that from numerous people that have said that Tamra had allegedly had a baby girl. Um, she if this is true, because I have to say allegedly, she'll
Yeah.
be able to go to the reunion. I also heard people say it was like a little function get together sort of for her to celebrate.
Okay.
And that's all I can say. Now I don't know if it was filmed. I don't know that, but I do know allegedly they said that she had her baby, and that's what it is.
Well, I think I last point, and then I know you got to go, but Tambra came into the show making it very clear that she wanted a baby, right?
Right.
I think she wanted a. I think even the whole Demond situation. Honestly, I think she wanted a baby. I don't think she wanted that man. I think he wanted her, but I don't. I don't think she wanted him. I think she wanted a baby, and in order to have a baby, she needed a man, and that's where he came into the picture.
Mm.
It's what I believe, and so if you are pregnant or if you have had a baby, Tambra, congrats, well deserved, and I'm sorry that you have to keep it a secret. Um, but if allegedly,
Congratulations. And
allegedly,
that's what we wanna. I wanna know. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay, somebody. That's what I want to know. If this is true,
Mm.
was she just like, just you wanted to save it to come out later on the show, or you didn't want everybody in your business? And if the reunion is August 17th or filmed that week,
I'm starting
um,
to think it's something to this day. You for this to be an example, you don't remember that day. Okay, okay.
August 17th, or maybe the week of August 17th would give us like the third week in August. Um, you know, is she gonna show up to the reunion? We need to see this. I'm ready for them to shoot. Um, and next week I think we need to include in our discussion. Um, we need to talk about the promotion of the show. We need to talk about people's thoughts, because people have thoughts about Carlos King, and some people feel like he's not promoting the show enough. They have said different things, and I keep an ear to the street. So we'll include that, and
And when I get
maybe
to looking
we'll.
at Twitter about myself, we can see what they think about me too. Cause they finna get one of us together, trust me. But go ahead.
But I mean, I don't even care. Baby, you read me down, baby. My grandma raised me, so baby, I can take it. Okay, but yeah, so we will see. And yes, if this is true about the midday diva having this baby girl, because they said it was a girl, um, congratulations, Tambra. Because like they said, we know that she did talk about having a child and the different obstacles that she had. And, if this is a successful true birth, but my sources always come through. So. And
Okay.
she will be the first one to have a baby,
Yeah.
during the duration of the show. So that's even more bigger. And I hope this is true for like a special where if she allowed them to see. But my sources did say this too, and I got to say it. They did say at the event for Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle was right there, did a thing at Tougaloo College. People did say that they noticed Tamara outfit, it wasn't typical because she wears fitted stuff. She's petite, and it was not typical like what they see of her. And that's it led some people to think the baby was baby.
Mm.
So
Okay.
yeah. So if it is true, congratulations to the midday diva baby.
Let me just say, and then
Mm-hmm.
for real, we gonna go ahead and close this out because
Mm-hmm.
I know you got to close it out. That advertisement that you did with that song, Brenda's Got a Baby, you almost owed me a phone. I literally threw my phone across the room and screamed to the top of my lungs. Who thinks of some crap like
Me. If y'all have not heard it, you can go on Instagram. My name is the same on there, j.evans_official, or what's the other one? TikTok. Yeah, I'm on
yeah.
TikTok. You go on there. I put it on there. I think I put it on. What's the other one? Twitter. I might have put it on there, child. But it's on there. I just used Tupac's legendary iconic song, "Brenda's Got a Baby," and I tied it in with Tambra because my mind is always working.
Oh God.
So Tambra's got a baby. And yes, that is Dave Hollister singing in that song from Blackstreet. That Brenda's got a baby. So, yeah. Does Tambra have a baby? Congratulations, Tambra, if it is true.
I look forward to doing this again next Thursday.
Yes, Dave. Thank you for joining me, little Dave. Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You can roast me down to the ground. I don't care. And again, all topics are alleged and allegedly. Bye, y'all.